Yeah.
All right, it's time for Mail Call Thursday.
I love it.
I'm Justin.
Oh, and I'm JP.
And we are the Podcasting Dead, a podcast that obviously from the name talks quite a bit about The Walking Dead, a name that we may be changing here soon.
We started with The Walking Dead, but we're branching out there.
Yeah, we've been trying to think of a different name, so that might change. But nonetheless, we will continue to talk about The Walking Dead, which we will start having Monday episodes where we review and discuss the Sunday night episode. So,
yes.
But we do more than that. And actually, man, our mutual friend Jesse is now living in this haunted house.
Oh, my God.
I say with air quotations because, I love stuff like that, but I am a little bit skeptical of ghosts. So she's saying that she really would love for us to come down and see if we can see or hear anything. So we might start doing stuff like that. So, yeah. If you are new to the channel, I don't know how you found a random mail call floating around, but please stay. We're going to answer some questions. This is the time of week. And remember, these questions don't have to be Walking Dead related.
No, of course not.
If you want them to be, we're happy to discuss. But, this is just really a free-for-all question session.
And I would also like to address a comment from yesterday's Random Ramblings.
Okay.
Whenever we...
You can go ahead. Let's lead in with that. Let's lead in with that.
Well, yesterday we were talking about, I brought up, legislation that prohibits, things like marijuana, psilocybin, which is in magic mushrooms, DMT, is basically hallucinogens. But also was just, in general, in my opinion, I'm kind of libertarian, I guess, when it comes to that. I think we should have, what's the word, sovereignty over our consciousness, if you want to be
I say sovereignty over our own body, but, somewhere in the same ballpark.
If you want to trip, if you want to do heroin all day long and be a drooling zombie. I mean, look, I'm just saying until you break a law, I think you should have the right to do it.
Well, you're not truly free until you have that right.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I mean, I grant you that, a lot of that stuff's really bad for you, but it's the same way that, you've seen these cancer patients with like the tracheotomy, the breathing tube in their throat, still smoking cigarettes. That's not illegal. They've killed themselves with cigarettes and they're still doing it. But anyway, our listener, wonderful listener, Deanne Duffini, I guess I'm saying that right?
Mm-hmm. Sounds right.
She says, whoa, wait. Just one thing. Please understand that alcoholism and severe drug abuse are mental, physical, biological, and psychological addictions and take over the whole body and mind. It's not always a consciousness choice. Wish it was. Wouldn't that be amazing? And no, I agree. Addiction has many, many factors. There's genetic predisposition, things you're exposed to as a kid. I'm not saying that drugs are a conscious choice. I'm talking about consciousness as in being able to alter your state of mind because it's your mind.
Because it's your mind. It's your body you're putting that stuff into.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. I don't think it should be illegal to alter your state of mind. I think things that you may necessarily do when you do that should be illegal.
Oh, yeah. Like if you get high and you run out and cause an auto accident, you're still held responsible.
That's the perfect example. The same way that alcohol is legal, but if, driving drunk is illegal.
Right.
I think that's the perfect example. But anyway, I saw that and I just wanted to clarify.
He was losing sleep over it. He just wanted to.
Right. I'm an advocate for, I don't think you should be arrested for putting something in your body that alters your consciousness.
Well, at the end of the day, I agree because it's your body. And I think that if you want to be free, then you have the right to. Now, I also, as I said, on the flip side, because people's counter argument, sometimes people will just become lazy drug addicts and they won't do anything and soak up government money. No, I think that if you choose, like you said, to be a heroin addict and walk around as a zombie all day, cool, but I'm not supporting you. You know what I mean? Like that's your choice. But so I agree.
And you have to understand, a lot of people very, very close to me have suffered and continue to suffer.
Oh, likewise.
Awful drug addictions. I'm not just saying this as somebody who hadn't. I've had to knock on crack houses to get shit back that people have taken from me and given to the dope man in exchange for dope. So, I've been on
right there with you. I've been around it. I've seen the addiction firsthand. It's not pretty.
It honestly makes you wonder if it was, decriminalized on some level. If it just like with alcohol in the 20s with prohibition, if it might cut down on some of the criminal activity. I don't know.
We'll never know.
I'm asking questions.
We'll see one day. Continuing with Deanne, she on our mail call video said, let's see. Justin, I am so sorry for the embarrassing question. I didn't know JP would go all out on that one. Deanne, I love you, but it's JP. JP never doesn't go all out.
Yeah.
But now we know. I did laugh out loud, though. It was pretty hilarious, you got to admit. The dynamic between you guys is just the best. You play off each other well. Nice job. That's so sweet.
We do play with each other well. Yep.
And often.
I've always said that. I've always said so.
Question for you, Justin. Since you have such an amazing radio voice, I was wondering if you sing. Number one, you're so sweet, Deanne. Will you please sing something? Thank you for always taking my questions. Much love, guys.
Let's hear some a cappella.
We love you, Deanne. Actually, surprisingly, something that JP, not many people know. Yes, I do. I can sing. I am not by any means saying that I can sing in a way that would get me a record deal. I sing to the point where I don't think you're going to give me a standing ovation at a bar, but I don't think you're going to boo me out either. You're just kind of like, it's not bad.
So
it's whatever.
You like karaoke night comes along. You're one of the better karaoke people.
Yeah, I mean, I've sung for a long, long time, but I've always been very insecure and shy about my singing. So there are, like, you'll hear me in here bull crap. Like, I mean, I'll sing in a falsetto when I'm just in here bullshitting, singing along to a Guns N' Roses song. That's not how I sing. I'm just, doing that. But yeah, I do. But only a handful of people have heard it, or a handful of people that know me have heard it. Surprisingly, I have less of an issue with going to somewhere out of the county or state and doing just like an open mic thing with people I don't know than singing. I feel like if somebody I know tells me I'm terrible, it'll crush it, and I'll never want to do it again.
Thursday night, man, we'll go like 30 minutes up the road, do karaoke. It'll be a blast.
Just get you so drunk you won't remember it. You'll do that on your own.
Generally, what happens.
But so I'm not going to sing on the podcast. But yeah, I do sing okay. I mean, again, I'm not great, but I mean, it's doable. Thank you for talking about my voice, though. Dana the Doula says, hey guys, do you have AMC Premiere? They totally looped me in just so I could watch season 9, episode 9 a week early. No, I wish I was. But thank you for your question, Dana. I hope the episode was good. We'll find out this Sunday. SSSS, there's 3 S's there. RCR85 says, you guys have become my favorite YouTubers. Too bad you guys don't do this full time. Thanks for the many laughs you provide us. No kidding. Too bad we don't do this full time. No, we would love to. Now, if we could do this full time, JP would have no issue, being available for other stuff like video games. I mean, if this was your only job.
Yeah, man, I'd live in your basement. Shoot,
pretty much, yeah. So thank you for the kind words. We have the same wishes. Create Till Death says, I definitely want to see Pamela's son die. Yes, he's a douche. But also Pamela's right-hand man. He's a hardcore douche, too. They both need to die.
Agreed.
So does Pamela. To hell with her. JP, I know you wanted her to live so you can see Rick bang her, but whatever.
I mean, they can kill her after that. But
Brian Akeem said, I think you missed my question. Well, Brian, he also commented down here. Let's see if this was his question. Oh, and Create Till Death agreed with us. Rosita over Luciana, for sure.
There you go.
And anyone in the show over Maggie. Wow, not showing Maggie any love. Brian Akeem says, I hate how vampires get so much more attention than werewolves. If you could, how would you write the perfect werewolf movie? Well, number one, it would start off with Edward and Bella and the whole cast of Twilight like hanging out. And then you'd even see Jacob in his werewolf form. And all of a sudden you'd see the Likings from Underworld come out of nowhere and they would just rip them to pieces. And that's how I would start my werewolf movie off of. Because I like the Likings. And did you ever watch Underworld?
Underworld, yeah.
Yeah,
you were talking about Twilight.
No, I was at first. I'm saying I would start my vampire movie off by killing everyone on Twilight.
Gotcha.
Oh, not my vampire movie. Sorry, my werewolf movie. And even Jacob, werewolf Jacob. So you can tell I'm not really into vampires and werewolves. But I would have like the whole cast. Jacob with his little wolf form and everything. And then the terrifying Likings from the Lycans from Underworld would swing down and just rip them all to pieces, and that's what would start the movie.
Yeah, man, I don't know about that one. I know when I was like a teenager, I watched a lot of vampire-oriented pornography. Like it was kind of a kink of mine.
Really?
So yeah, they were these witchcraft movies.
I want to suck your. Well,
right.
You know,
but it was they were like witchcrafts, and man, we'd get them at the rental place. My cousin kind of had, I don't know, the guy really liked him, so he'd let us rent them. But
that's creepy.
yeah, it was like a softcore, like a supernatural horror type porn, and there were vampires and witches and.
I wouldn't mock you, but I'm not saying I've watched it a lot, but I've sadly seen the Grinch porn, and that made me really sad on the inside. Yeah, part of me died when that started.
But
somebody showed it to me, and I really should have just looked away.
With werewolves, there wouldn't be any CGI. If it was my werewolf movie, no CGI. It'd be like, what was it, an American Werewolf in Paris or whatever? Like, it'd be a real deal.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about an actual real life werewolf.
Let's see. James Gallegos. Also, Brian, thank you for your question. James Gallegos, would you rather have to wash Daryl's ass or bang Jadis when she was living in the dump all stinky? Bang Jadis.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a straight male, so nothing about Daryl's ass, clean or dirty, is really all that appealing. However, when you get hard up in the zombie apocalypse, I don't think an unshowered Jadis would really be the worst thing.
And he's saying all you're getting to do is clean Daryl's ass.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I mean,
there's nothing from that, right?
There's nothing. You're getting nothing out of that.
Thanks for the question, James. Always a pleasure. Deanne says, I'm so mad at y'all right now. Seriously, you think New Hampshire is colder than Maine? JP, you need a whooping. Justin, I still love your voice, but guys, come on. Give a little love to Maine.
Well, I don't remember this.
We'd have to go back. I've
never been to Maine. I've been to New Hampshire.
I hear that Maine's very cold.
It probably is.
Longtime listener Brianne McCann says, Justin, how's the pregnancy going for your girlfriend? It's going good. She actually just recently found out, I don't even know what it's called, that she's not a diabetic, but she has like pregnancy diabetes.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, like gestational diabetes, something. So she's kind of bummed about that. But other than that, everything's been fine. Baby seems healthy. But she's got to get her eating right, because that means the baby could come out really big, and you got to think they have to push that baby out. It could lead to a C-section. I don't know. But other than that, yeah, everything's going fine. She's doing good, in good spirits. She's a little bummed about that, but she's a strong person. She'll get through it.
There you go.
Have you gone to her doctor's appointments with her? I've been to a couple of sonograms, but see, she works for a pediatrician's office and works right beside the hospital, whereas I work 45 minutes away. So as far as just regular appointments, not usually, because they're like 11 o'clock in the morning, and she's like, just go to work. I'm just going to walk over there, have the appointment, go back. But like for sonograms and stuff, yeah, I've been there a couple of times. JP, when you mentioned allowing a guy giving you mouth action because you're that desperate to get some butt, well, now I'm worried. Stay warm, guys.
Well, I mean, we were talking about in reference to the zombie apocalypse, right?
I mean, yeah, I believe so.
I mean, that's not like an everyday life rule. That's just.
Sorry, I'm obnoxiously chewing gum, too. Didn't interrupt you, but I can hear myself in my headphones. Let me take that out.
We're talking about like desert island type conditions. It's that or nothing. That or put your wiener in a coconut. So,
that could be nice.
I don't know, man.
You think the aesthetic properties would burn your pee-pee hole?
I've never tried, dude. I would imagine.
I'm sure you've stuck your penis in quite a few things, and I refuse to believe you've never put one in a coconut.
I mean, I would just imagine like drilling the hole in the coconut. You'd be so tired after that. I mean,
it's kind of like extension. I mean, it's like long extended foreplay. You're tired after that, but you still get to bang it.
Maybe if you drilled a hole in it, stuffed it with some nice soft like seaweed or something, maybe it could work.
You've thought a lot about this, it seems.
I'm thinking about it now.
Agent X17, of course, Brianne, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Do you guys know the Breaking Bad movie is coming out? We've heard. I have. Yeah, we're excited about that. Also, by Agent X17, what is your favorite Breaking Bad season? He says that his is 4 and 5. Whichever one involved... I don't know, man.
I mean, I loved it top to bottom.
Right. I haven't thought about it like that. I'd have to think about that. We'll get back to you on that
it's not broken down like a lot of TV shows. I mean, it really is one continuing story. And I mean, I know you say that about any show, but it just the whole thing feels like one big, beautiful It is. I love Breaking Bad.
Right.
Let's leave it at that.
From Agent X17, which Spider-Man film do you guys think is best and worst? I think that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the best.
Okay.
But I do think that Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is phenomenal. I like the first one pretty good, but I didn't like anything about the Andrew Garfield ones. I've seen something I can understand, but I'm just not a fan of Andrew Garfield as an actor. But it said that Tobey Maguire was a better Peter Parker, whereas I just said his name.
Tom Holland?
No.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man. Tom Holland's the best mix of both. I thought Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock and everything was incredible. Spider-Man 3 was garbage.
Garbage.
The first one I really did like. The only reason I picked the second over the first is because I thought it was better. The first was good. The second was great. And I really liked Tom Holland's Homecoming. Wasn't a big fan of anything Andrew Garfield. That's just me. I did like Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, though. I do like Emma Stone a lot, so that was cool. But
yeah, I liked the first Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. The second one, not so much, but I did like the first one. Man, it's hard for me not to say at this point. I don't know if it counts, but man, Into the Spider-Verse was so phenomenal.
Yeah, I want to see that. So, yeah, I got to get around to that. But so you dare say that might be one of the best or the best of the Spider-Man franchise.
It was so much fun. It was so great. I hope you can still catch it in theaters.
I hear that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were supposed to make cameos in that, but they were like scheduling conflicts or something.
I read that, man. That would have been so great.
Man, no kidding.
Yeah, man, I love Spider-Man Homecoming. I think probably my favorite of all time is probably a Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
It just was good, man.
And obviously the worst one ever was Spider-Man 3.
Where Sam Raimi just kind of got like, he's like, ah.
I guess he just went in autopilot. I don't know, but yeah.
And Carnage was supposed to show up after that one, too.
Yeah.
Who are they saying might be playing? Wasn't Jim Carrey in talks to play Carnage?
I don't know, man. I hadn't heard anything about that.
That might not be. It might have just been a conversation. Somebody might have suggested it, but
I think Woody Harrelson's going to kill it, though.
Oh, Woody, yeah. He's perfect for that role. Let's see. Coming up on the last questions. Let's see. What do we got? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. My phone put everything all backwards. So let's switch this bad boy back around. All right. And go to the bottom. Okay, well, we got two more. Jeep says, next time you're down here, Justin, you ought to come up here to North Myrtle and try Painter's Ice Cream. I also would rather be outside than inside. I'm one of those weirdos that loves to do yard work. A Windows update probably messed up your video editing software. It happened to me a while back. Ate the driver for my printer on my desktop and the display driver on my laptop. I had to download patches for them. I'm pretty sure I heard Better Call Saul returns in August, JP.
Ooh.
Mail call. Who are your favorite and least favorite characters from Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad? Mine is Mike. My least favorite was a tie between Skyler and Marie. I would be okay if both their heads ended up on the back of a turtle. I didn't like Skyler or Marie. I can tell you straight up, those were two of my least favorites. And I don't know, man, I really liked Hank. Even though Hank was kind of he wasn't a bad guy. He was just doing it. But I mean, that's what I loved about his situation was like he was kind of, if you were rooting for Walt, then obviously Hank was kind of a bad guy. But I loved the conflict there. He was just a cop that took his, that was very serious about his job.
And I mean, Hank was written to be a douche, but I mean, he still, is a great character, great actor.
I really liked Hank, I gotta say. Also, too, I don't know. Who are yours? I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, easily I don't like those two. Skyler and Marie irritated the crap out of me, but. And I loved Mike, too. Mike, I love when he tells Walt, well, spoilers if you haven't watched it, which if you haven't gotten around to it now, sorry. Yeah. But where he's just like, would you just shut up and let me die? When he's sitting beside the river. Who are your favorites and least favorites?
Man, I loved Skinny Pete. He was a big favorite of mine. Who else? Tuco Salamanca. I loved Tuco. Loved Hector Salamanca. I loved all.
Now, when I say mine, remember, I haven't watched Better Call Saul for those listening, but you have.
Yeah. All right, so are we talking about Better Call Saul?
Both. She said basically like either series.
Right.
Like who's your favorite?
But it's great seeing, which I haven't seen the most recent season of Better Call Saul. Like I said, I'm waiting for it to jump on Netflix. But Better Call Saul, man, Mike Ehrmantraut is just killing it. Love Mike. Mm-hmm. And I can't think of his name, but Saul's brother. Jimmy, which in the show his name's Jimmy. That's his real name. But yeah, his brother, man's a great character.
Nice.
I need to catch up on Better Call Saul.
I gotta watch it. I hadn't started it yet.
But it's a great show. It's absolutely every bit on par with Breaking Bad.
And last question, of course, Jeep, thank you for asking. Agent X17 again says, what do you guys prefer, Comic Rick or show TV? No, sorry. Gosh, I need a nap. We both were talking before the podcast, and apparently neither one of us slept more than like an hour or two last night.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but I'll go ahead and say it, Comic Rick.
You like Comic Rick better than TV show Rick?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really like TV show Rick. I mean, I think Comic Rick is more badass and written better, but Andrew Lincoln is just so awesome in that role. It's just hard for me to picture Rick as anything but Andrew Lincoln.
It's a tough question, to be sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You're going to go comic. My gut's telling me TV, even though I don't necessarily agree with every decision they've made for him. He's my favorite character in the show. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's been good without him. I didn't think it would, but at the same time, I mean, he was my favorite part about the show. So I'm just going to go with show Rick, even though Comic Rick laid the groundwork and it's really hard to pick one, but if I have to.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. So that's going to wrap it up. If you got a question, you know the deal. Leave it in the comments below. We will answer it next Thursday.
Love a good question or scenario or
we will
whatever.
see you Monday morning. The Walking Dead returns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Esquiliodo.
I don't speak French.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Well, that's going to wrap it up. Hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you on Monday. I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead.